got a game for you guys. How many of you guys like RPGs? Turn-based RPGs especially. If so, I got a game for you guys. It's called Sea of Stars. You know, when I first saw this game on Twitter, I was very intrigued by the art style and the animations especially. So I hit them up for a review code and they were kind enough to provide me for this. So I'll be reviewing Sea of Stars on the Xbox Series X. Without any further ado, let's go ahead and get on with the review. First thing we got is graphics. I think it's a very cartoony art style that I don't think is going to, you know, get old anytime soon. Like, I think it's stuff like Cuphead. You know, Cuphead is a very unique style of way things are drawn. Now, it's not as unique as Cuphead because I think Cuphead is the peak when it comes to unique art style. But I do like this, especially the animations. You know, we're going to get more into it, but in this game, there are two main characters that you actually have that their powers originate from the moon and the sun. And so you have a lot of fire and water type of things going on. And the animations towards those specifically is very well done, especially like when you're doing cutscenes and the two characters glow blue and red. Like, it's got a nice little aura to it. It's got a nice little unique factor that I haven't really seen too much in these style games. What I like about these style games is they really test the time. You know, 5-10 years down the line, when probably there's more and more of a push towards the graphics side, games like Sea of Stars and, you know, Cuphead are going to still be relevant at that time because they chose that different style artwork. Now let's talk about the story. I think this is, most of the time, you guys know how I am. Gameplay is king. But I actually want to say that the story kept me enticed the entire game. It's a well done story. Let's give a little break. But pretty much there is big bad guys, and you are the Solstice Warriors. And you are born and raised to fight bad guys, especially certain type of bad guys. And during the eclipse, Solstice Warriors can fight these people. Now, that's all I'm saying about the story. But one thing I want to point out is this story is good. I think you guys will enjoy it. I don't think this is one of those things that we have to, like, you know, oh, it's okay. No, the story of this game's good. The only thing I would actually I hate that I'm saying this again in another review, but you guys know how I am. No voiceovers. Now, I know that's expensive. I know that's mad expensive. But, like, to me, it's just like, especially there's moments in the story of this game where, you know, you'll talk to someone that has a book. I don't want to give out names, but she has a book, and pretty much what she does is she will absorb stories from artifacts, and when you're at camp, she'll tell you a story. And some of the stories will eventually lead to key points in the game where you can do side activity and stuff. That's very, very cool. A very unique way of introducing side stories is that, you know, we're going to talk to this person at camp. She's going to tell us a little story. And, you know, sometimes it would lead to, you know, ghost ships. Sometimes it would lead to huge monsters that you got to fight in the sea. And I really, really enjoy that. You know, this game's got a decent amount of content. It's got a lot of lore, considering it's not a trilogy. It's not a sequel. It's nothing like that. But they do a lot in this game to give you more perspectives on the way you want to do lore, and I gotta respect that. You know, when it comes to the gameplay, I would say that's where this game definitely shines. Now, I will say that as far as equipment and stuff and abilities, this game is lacking in abilities. There's no denying that. You know, even when after I beat the game and I did a lot of the side activity, if not all of it, I still didn't have a whole lot of abilities to choose from. You know, I think that's because it's a small team and they have to, you know, animate all these abilities. But I never felt like I didn't have everything I needed to beat the game. You know, I would say midway through the game, there's a huge curve spike, and the game gets significantly harder. And I think that is when this game really shines, is when it's during that time. Now, what I will say about this gameplay is it's unique. I know that most of you probably, when it comes to turn-based, don't play a whole lot of turn-based games, during the combat, it's like a mini game. You know, I think there's an actual name for it. I'm not quite sure what the name for it is. Put in the comment section below if you know the name for this. But think of something like Lost Odyssey. When you were playing Lost Odyssey, you had to match these circles when you're fighting to get a full attack in. Now, when it comes to this, it's not that, obviously, but it's like a little timing thing. You know, if you push A right before you hit them, you get a little bit more damage. And if you push A right before they hit you, they get a little bit more damage. So it reduces your damage. And which is interesting, it goes on the abilities as well. So if you're hitting them with a special, and you hit it right before it hits them, it will attack them and you'll do more damage. And it's like I said, and it's on their ability too. So sometimes the boss will have like a huge attack where he hits you 4 or 5 times and you have to successfully parry all of them. Now, I did notice that sometimes it felt like certain enemies, their attack was reduced more than others. I don't know what that's about. I don't think this is necessary to beat the game, but I will say that you're going to struggle if you don't at least learn this parry to some degree. It's all about timing. Once you fight the same creature 3 or 4 times, you'll pretty much know exactly when to parry their moves. I don't want to scare you guys into thinking it's not the hardest thing in the world. Now, there are going to be some times where the game, you could tell, is specifically trying to slow an animation down or speed an animation up. They trying to get you with this. But like I said, you fight the same boss a few times. If you're having struggle there, spend the first couple times you fight them, or the first couple times you fight enemies, and just learn how to do the pairing, because I think that is probably one of the key most important things. You got combo abilities on here, and I think that's always something fun. When you get newer and newer characters, they'll open up these newer combat abilities. Some you have to go out in the wild and you have to find like these little scrolls and they'll tell you how to get them. But it just gives such more of a diversity of gameplay when you can combo your actual people into attack and stuff. That's why I think it was, clearly Chrono Trigger inspired. Another thing that I really enjoy is how they do magic and stuff. So, when you're fighting someone, they're going to have a magic meter above them. And it's going to have what you need to do to interrupt that move. And it's going to have a number on the right of it of how many turns that a person is going to take to do that move. So let's say, I don't want to spoil anything. Let's talk about the opening 2 people. I've already said that, 2 Soulless Warriors, 1 a sun, 1 a moon. Let's say 3 of one, 4 of the other. So you have to hit them with 3 of the moon and 4 of the fire to interrupt that spell in 3 or 4 turns. Now, there are abilities that each character have to do stuff differently and stuff multiple times. So there are going to be times where they give you 1 turn and hit them with like 6 things. You do have abilities to set back turns, but at that point, just take the hit. That's what I did. I just took the hit. What I want to really point out of this game is just how well it's done. This is something you need to support. And, if you got Game Pass or PlayStation Plus, you can definitely go out there and play that. This is one of those really beautiful games, and the story's well done, the artwork's well done, the gameplay's well done. It is the very few that I would say is a trifecta. I think you guys should go try it. I really do. I think you guys would enjoy this game, all the stuff it has to offer, and I think it's going to be something that you're going to enjoy. But anyway, that's the review on Sea of Stars for the Xbox Series X. Sorry if my voice is kind of crackling a little bit, but put in the comment section below what you guys think. I played it on the Xbox Series X. I don't really go into performance because I only played it on one platform, but on the Series X it played fine. I didn't really see, I know someone playing it on Steam, and there was no issues on Steam either. But I'm curious to hear your guys' opinion in the comment section below. And until next time, this is Get Me Addict. I'm out of here. Peace.